Okay. Good morning, everybody. I can't quite believe it's 8 o'clock already. I really can't believe it's 8 o'clock already. Good morning, Dave. Okay. Let's make this a quiet stream today, please. What's the work today? It was going to be making some new blocks upstairs. I have to glue up some new blocks getting ready for the Octo project. There's still 2 more blocks I need to make. But I got a request came from Sugu-san. She wasn't here yesterday. She was here Monday. She's doing this print, the Dragon's Gift print, and she's run into trouble. We've had this print already. We've published it. We've got a bunch of them out in the shop, and they've been sent out. They were printed for us by Kubota-san, who you met. You didn't meet, but who you heard about in the video last night. And when I did the color separations, I did it for Jed's Photoshop, and I looked at tones, this gray equals that gray, maybe we can do it. And one of the blocks I asked to be made, had a background tone behind the dragon, and it had some dragon scales on it. And it's turned out that this has been really too difficult for the printers to work on. I don't have a printer in front of you. We can see it from here, actually. There's many, many different layers of gray. And the problem is to get this gray deep enough and smooth enough, they really want to press firmly on the paper. We're talking about this area here. And because I did it on the same block as the scales of the dragon, they're having real trouble. It spoils the scales. The scales get pressed too hard. You can't do the two things together. Well, it's possible, and we've done it. We've published the print. It went out there. It was okay. But they really have trouble putting pressure here and here, but no pressure here in the middle. I shouldn't have done it that way in the first place. So anyway, so what we're doing here today is she's starting a new batch. She did the key block Monday afternoon, and she's now moving on to the colors. And she and I chatted about it on Monday. In order to make her work easier and all subsequent printing work easier over the years as we're republishing that, we're going to split this. Now, carving all the scales again is crazy, but carving that flat area again is no big deal. So it's 2 stages. What we've done is she gave me one of her prints, and she and I pasted it down here Monday while it was still moist to make sure it's the same size. I cut registration marks, and she layered the print into it. So what I'll do, using this print as a guide, I will cut a new block for those smooth background gray tones. I'll cut exactly the same as what we see on here. It's this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these zones. And once we've verified that that's okay, she's tested it, then I'll come back here and I'll chisel them off this block. So what I'm doing actually is I'm moving this wood over to here. It should never have been carved together. So that's my job this morning, if I can stay awake. I don't know if you've seen the new video. You recognize the shirt, recognize the pen, recognize the hair. I haven't been to bed yet, actually, so whatever. Where am I? All-nighters. It wasn't quite an all-nighter. I said I haven't been to bed, which is true, but what happened was after I finished the video, I've learned now with these things, before putting them up on YouTube, well, of course I gotta check it, at least play through. So I took it back to the party room here, the tatami. I put the whole lights out in the place, put my laptop up on the party bench, set it to play. This before going up to YouTube, set it to play. I started playing. I started making notes. Oh, oops, I got to change this, got to change this, you know, to go back to the editing. So there's no way I can get it all right the first time. For example, a couple of the places where I put the B-roll in, where you see me with the side camera here pulling up prints from the folders to show them on the side and stuff. I forgot the audio. I kept the audio running from that camera. So I edited the video. It's usually got my normal audio in. The audio from the main camera is turned off. And I forgot to turn off the audio from the side camera. So I'm doing this test last night, 2 o'clock, whatever, 1:30, 2 o'clock, whatever. And I realized I forgot to turn the audio off. So I got to go back, come back to the editing suite, you know, the movie software. Go in there, turn it all off, run it again. So I get back there to the print party room to run it again. I put it up on the table. I sit back on the tatami floor, leaning against the bench. I press play with my little notepad. This is about 2 o'clock. And I woke up at like 5:30 lying on the tatami in the party room, whatever it is. So no, it's not an all-nighter. I did get a few hours sleep here. It's the Clean Living and the Gold Orangina. I've got one waiting for me. In fact, I'm probably going to go and get it. Anyway, I got to do some work here. She's coming back today, and she wants to use this block. As it happens, this one comes early in the process, and I knew this would happen. She wants to use it. Now, what can I say? I can't see this. I think I better... again, this is not microscope level work, but I really would like to be careful and neat about this, and it also helps keep it in view for the camera. So let's do it this way. Well, it's embarrassing to use a microscope for such rough work. Where do we need to focus? Somewhere around here. Also, some scary video now from the typhoon. From our point of view here in Tokyo, the typhoon was just, just some wind. The occasional heavy downpour that lasted for 5 minutes or so, and then some shutter rattling and window rattling, stuff like that. Nothing dangerous here at all. But it looks like the west of the country really got pasted. I don't know what the death toll is going to be. There's some people, it's pretty badly messed up down there. Okay, where am I? It feels really strange to be cutting through an actual woodblock print. We usually have tracings and stuff. This is one print being sacrificed. Well, it's a print from her current run, so she must have picked one that was already semi-spoiled. She was hoping to be working on this first thing this morning, I think, so she's going to have to wait. She's going to have to do some other colors first. Before Aoyama-san left last night, he was really worried. The typhoon warnings were really, really strict from the government. They weren't fooling around. They said, this is a big one, this is a strong one, people are going to die, do what you have to do to protect your property, and blah, 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 blah. Of course, they were mostly aimed at the western side of Japan, down in the Kansai. But even here in Tokyo, there were advisories. And Aoyama-san, he was working here yesterday, he came and checked with me before he went home and said, Dave, are you going to be okay by yourself? was going to happen, to get the sandbags ready for the front door, because we know that this is a flood-prone area where we are here. So he said, should I stay tonight, and blah, blah, blah. No, I can cover it, you're okay. I told him if the worst comes to the worst, I'll sleep downstairs here and watch and make sure the building is protected. And that's actually what happened. That wasn't the plan, but that's what happened. But no, there was no, I feel embarrassed to even talk about it. There was no risk and no trouble for us here at this side of the country at all. Where's my poker? I can't find my little. So those of you who are worried about us, this particular typhoon had no risk for us here in Tokyo at all. So. Here's the shutter, I guess, Ken. Oh, we were going to talk about this, and we were supposed to have a new shutter graphic up. It was supposed to go in on Tuesday. But the shutter graphic people called us on Monday, as you can expect. They said, sorry guys, we don't really want to try and do that in the middle of a typhoon. So the shutter installation was cancelled, and it'll be happening. It's scheduled for next Tuesday. We can't do it during the week because the shutter has to be closed for a few hours while they're doing it. Of course, they've got to close the shutter, wash it, scrub it, disinfect it, de-oil it, all that kind of stuff. And they don't want to work during the night, so it has to be done on the closing day. So the new shutter graphic is scheduled now for next Tuesday. The world will have to wait another week for the unveiling. Quite see what I'm doing here. Where's my oil? All the party people have stolen my oil again, I betcha. Oops, wrong way. Dave, look at that. I'm taking out the green, not out the gray. I got the wrong way on that. Potential disaster there. Yesterday, Tuesday, was it's the first Tuesday in the month, so for us there's a schedule to that. And it's the Merchants Association, the street here, all the different shops on the street have an association together. We're finally a member after 3 years of waiting to get in. And they have a deal where they clean, we clean the street thoroughly every first Tuesday in the month. And it means, hosing down the sidewalks, scrubbing them, picking off gum, washing all the display panels, doing a really pretty thorough job actually at cleaning the whole place, all the walls and windows and everything. And it's the first Tuesday, and the schedule that comes out from the shop association says, cancelled in case of heavy rain. So I just yesterday morning, without even thinking about it, I just assumed it's going to be cancelled. There's a typhoon bearing down on Tokyo. You're not going to do your little street cleaning. And come 10 o'clock, when we're supposed to start, the master of the association, or the president of the association, he's out in the middle of the street there with his little Roku 69 t-shirt on. And he's got his hands, let's go everybody, let's get going. And like half a dozen of us go out there and say, you perhaps didn't see the weather report, there's a typhoon coming. He says, that'll just do the rinsing job, let's get scrubbing, let's get going. Come on, everybody, no, get going. And this guy's whatever, he's the boss of the place and the boss of the street and the boss of this whole thing. So we all get out there. I go change my clothes. I was in the middle of setting up for the video, I had my clean shirt on and stuff like that. I was still doing lights and setting up and getting ready for it. And okay, nothing to do, whatever, go get changed, get my community t-shirt on and get ready and get the scrubbing brush and out we go. A couple of hours later, it's done. And then over the next few hours, the wind picks up and there's garbage blowing and there's tree leaves blowing and a branch breaks on a tree and there's crap everywhere. Why did we do this? But he was right, it got rinsed off pretty thoroughly during the night, so there we are. I can't complain. I'd rather be a part of a tight community like this that does take care of its community than a place that is careless and that doesn't take care of it. So it's okay. So I'm not complaining, just sort of half laughing about this guy. He was out there in his t-shirt, I gestured from our end of the street. I couldn't. It was too far to talk to, but he's out there. And I put my hands in like an X mark. We're counsel, right? And we couldn't hear each other. We're just communicating by gesture. I made the X mark with my hands across my chest. It's cancelled, right? And he puts his hands over his head in the big circle. It's the let's go. Nope, big circle above his head. Nope, we're up and running. So. Yeah, that's the guy. We do what we do because that's what it's done. So it's a question of how inflexible they are. It's got merits and demerits. There's a time when that sort of thing is really helpful and useful. And there's a time where it's just sort of, come on, guy, common sense, you know. It's a definition of common sense. And different cultures and different people have a definition of common sense, you know. And it changes, of course, as time goes by. So, as I said, I'm not complaining about the guy. And I said I would much rather be a member of a community that goes overboard that way than the other way. I'm happy to be cleaning this place. I'm happy to be part of a culture that does that sort of thing. So no complaint there. I'm just laughing, really. You gotta be kidding, guy. You gotta be kidding. He also surprised me last week. This is the old guy who is the leader of the Merchants Association. He's the owner of the whale meat restaurant on the street. And it's one of Tokyo's most famous restaurants, whale meat restaurants. Very old-fashioned, totally filthy. There must be roaches everywhere there. My God, the place hasn't been washed or cleaned in decades. It's one of the places where you go. Actually, if those of you who know New York, did you see the news? The guy who runs Shop Sins in New York passed away, I guess, a couple of days ago. And that kind of a restaurant that used to be, kind of run down and dirty and old-fashioned, but really funky and really cool. I don't know. Anyway, this guy here running this whale meat restaurant, he's that type of person. It's that type of place. And we did a TV program last week here, and as part of the setup for the TV program, I've learned that I have to go and pay my respect to this guy who is the Don of our street. He's the one who really arranges a lot of the media coverage. And although I myself set up this recent TV coverage, it was nothing to do with him, we still have to go and check in with him just to keep him in touch with what's going on. He gets a little bit upset when media stuff happens on the street that he doesn't know about. So no sweat. So me and the producer went over there, this is a couple of weeks ago, just to let him know that we'd be filming on the street here, and just to let him know what was going on. And no problem, he was a tiny bit disappointed that he himself hadn't set it up, because of course he wants to run that stuff himself. But no problem, he has to recognize that other people, are sharing that responsibility. So we go there, but it turns out we're having a good conversation, and the producer says, that guy's kind of interesting, let's put him into the program, and I'm like rolling my eyes, oh Jesus, here we go. Because there's a backstory that the producer doesn't know about. The guy running the whale meat restaurant has on his walls a bunch of celebrity photographs. He's got dozens, more hundreds of celebrity photographs. The Prime Minister from X years ago, Beat Takeshi, all these guys, movie directors, top comedians, blah, 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 people in the entertainment world, whatever, who have come to his restaurant to partake of the whale meat, get their picture taken, and be part of his rogues gallery, celebrity gallery on the wall. And for years since I've come here, this guy has been trying to get me to go in there. Dave, come on in, I'll give you a free meal. Come on in, no sweat, no sweat. You'll enjoy the whale. And I'm like always, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. For two reasons. One is I really don't want to start eating whale meat. I don't need to explain that, I don't think. I don't want to do that. That's one of the parts of Japanese culture that I find less savory, but whatever. We all, as we are. But he wants me in there because as soon as I sit down at the counter, if I did this, pick up chopsticks and start sliding a slab of whale into my mouth, there's going to be a camera right there. And minutes later, my picture would be on the rogues gallery, or his gallery, on the wall. Famous woodblock filmmaker Dave Bull partaking of the whale meat at the famous restaurant, blah, 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 blah. So I am not getting in that situation at all. But anyway, the thing is, the producer says, look, let's bring this guy into the program. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So as part of the program, when I'm introducing our street here, we wander over there, cameras in tow, drop in the door, and the guy sees us, and he's really happy to have us there. Okay, good. And while we're there, while we're chatting, he reaches over to his stew pot, starts filling a little cup with stew, and says, God, Dave, here's your chance. Sit down, slide over here. And I'm going to do that here on a TV program, a 1-hour special TV program about my work. I'm going to sit down in a whale meat restaurant and start supping this. I mean, you've got to be kidding. There's things that are going to happen, and there's things that are not going to happen. But the producer says, yeah, Dave, good, sit down, try this. This place is really famous, And I'm like, no. And the whale meat guys dished it up, and the producer's pushing me, and whatever, what can you say? No way. I just didn't. I just stat it. And the producer doesn't know the background. He's thinking, like, why is Davey being so recalcitrant? He's been helpful with this program. He's been real cool with this. Just sit down and eat some of the stuff, you know. And I would not do this. We had a chance to talk about it later. He said, oh, I see, that's right, it's the whale problem for us. Okay. But while we're standing there in the shop, he didn't know. He's pushing me to do this, and I am not going to do it. So we had some moments there. It's okay, the whale meat guy and I, we know each other. He knows that I'm not going to do that, but he's not going to give up trying. And, you really do have to stand your ground, though. You gotta learn to stand your ground. Don't just do what you're told, you know. I really wish I still had time to keep up the story week thing that I was doing, because it could be a story a day, you know, whatever. So I didn't know you guys, somebody's going over here or not, or whatever. Say, people don't say, okay, why am I working on this again? We're changing one of the color blocks. So we're changing one of the color blocks. The color blocks, as I planned them for this print years ago, involved doing one color block that I thought could have a similar grain tone for the flat area, a gray tone for the flat area and the pattern. And the printers have struggled with it. To make a smooth gray in the flat areas, they've been pressing quite hard, and it spoiled the pattern. So we're splitting this block. We're going to leave the pattern on this block. I'm carving the flat areas on a new block. And once we've confirmed that's okay, I'll come back here and I'll take the gray areas off this one, leaving the pattern. So it's just, I didn't do such a great job when I was doing the color separations a couple of years ago. And we're now making the adjustment. These are all just pieces of wood. They're mutable, you know. You can change and do what you want with them. Famous comedians. Yeah, it's not just famous comedians. On the street here, the signs that are on the light posts on the street are comedians who cut their teeth and performed on the stages on this street. But in his restaurant, he's got a bit wider. It's anybody who is, quote, famous. So he's got comedians, politicians, whatever. the walls are full of them. They haven't washed the place. The walls are like 1950s, 1960s brown wood, and it's mucky and whatever. It's fun. And people have, like, at some point, the Prime Minister signed on the wall, "Great meal today, good, I'll come back." And they don't cover it up. So then there's people have been signing and putting pictures up. It's kind of cool. It's good fun, except for one problem. It means killing whales. So other than that, whatever. I should keep at this. What have we got here today? It's 8:30 something. Our friend Cameron should be here in the not too distant future. He's coming in. He went home early yesterday to make sure he could get home before any train stoppage. But he should be here anytime now, on schedule this morning. And I don't have a TV here, and he does. He's got a normal TV. He's got a normal family setup with a TV, so he's probably seen the TV news this morning. And he'll be able to tell us some horror stories. The typhoon. My God, it really ripped places up. You know, did you see the airport scene? The whole freaking airport was underwater. That's what you get when you build the airport in the middle of the sea, I guess. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Now, is that it? I think so. Oh no, there's one more here. It's so easy to miss stuff when you're doing a job like this. So easy. This is not the normal Gampi paper that we use for doing separations, of course. This is an actual woodblock print. So this is thick, deep, rich Hochschild paper. So peeling off from the back is a big job. I peeled and peeled and peeled and peeled yesterday before when I pasted it down. What's your bets on whether Cameron's going to bring a late slip today or not? The trains in this area shouldn't be too affected. There's lots of wind last night, but unless, you know, some power lines came down or something, we should be okay, I think. Let's zoom out and have a look at this and compare. Okay, I'm going to check. This area is going to come off this block and onto this block. So we've cut, that thing is there, the top is there, check, that's going to stay there. This is done, that's done, comes down here, little tail is in, that's going to come out. This is going to come off, it's now here over here. This area looks good, this one here, this zone's all cut, this one's cut, that's it. Okay, so this can now go away for a few minutes or a bit, and it's now time to get some persuading done. I've got to come around the outside, and this is really easy to make a mistake here. I've got to mark the areas I'm going to keep. But my God, it's easy to make a mistake. The 0, 0, 0. These are the areas that are same, because it's the same color, you know. You're sitting here whacking away with it on the wood. That's staying. Once you get the persuader going, it's really easy to make a mistake. So the circled areas are staying. Confirm again. No mistake. And the other areas are coming out. Okay, we've got some persuader coming. I'll move the mic away a little bit, but it seems that we don't probably have a whole lot of trouble. We've got a new compressor setting, which, so people are telling me, is doing a good job at minimizing the noise. Are you ready? Gee, I hope Cameron-san gets here soon, because I made a mistake again by leaving the door open instead of the air conditioner on. So it was really cool this morning. There was a breeze going through, leftover typhoon wind. So all evening I had the back window open, front window open, but now it's closing in again. It's okay, we'll start. We'll keep this light. There's no need for really ferocious banging. We'll keep this light. Should be okay. So be careful, here's one more. This is the registration mark. Be careful, be careful, be careful. It won't be coming down this far for this one. 'It feels so bizarre to be carving away parts of the image picture. Goodbye, face. It's, of course, all those things are on their own blocks. .46. I think the likelihood of the train ticket coming is growing every minute. It's pretty windy last night. There could be some train lines down or something. So who knows? We'll see. It's payday, so if Cameron doesn't show up today, there's going to be lots of unhappy people. Number one of whom will be me, because I'll have to do the job. Newsflash. Due to Typhoon Jebi, Mokohanka misses payroll. Company bankrupt. 21 jobs lost. Okay, that's out, right? If you just to confirm, that's in, that's out. It's all the same color. This is out, 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 out. Out. There's this confusion about the work here. I'm sorry to not be explaining every minute. The regular members, if you can explain it, thank you. This is not a normal carving session today. It's a delivery to the oyster shack next door. Did you see the flash of the yellow as it went by? It's the guy who delivers, Oshibori hand towels, hot hand towels. We leave out the old ones overnight, he picks them up each morning with a delivery of fresh ones. There's so many restaurants in the street that get deliveries of towels, of beer, of ice, of vegetables. Back to the Go on, there's something climbing under the shutter. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How many leg slips?
How many what?
Train was running okay? Leg slips?
Oh, I didn't get one today, though we were late.
before you sit down, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
We've had a breeze here. The breeze has died.
It's gone,
Can you do the
yes.
4 steps?
Yep.
Close the front door, close the back door, fire up the air conditioner, and grab me a cold one from the fridge, please. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Thanks, camera time. I can see already his back of his shirt is soaking wet. Summer is still here. Long way to go before we're finishing it.
Yeah, I was hoping that the storm would.
That's so. No, it's not. That's only the last typhoon. The last typhoon each year, as it blows north, it sucks behind it this beautiful cold air from up north, and that's it. We got blue skies and cool. And each time we think, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? And no, it's way too soon. It's still the beginning of September. We got like 6 weeks to go. So there's no way, no way, no way, no way.
So what kind of cold one did you want?
Well, I think what I want and what I'm allowed to have at this time of day are 2 different things. I'm sure they're eagerly waiting today's sponsor. Whatever. Thank you, sir. Hey, saved my life. Today's stream brought to you again, yet again. I'm banging, so that's it. Should be okay. Let's move the mic. Let's put it back here. I haven't, there's been a lot of people asking, what are you doing today? We've tried to explain, 3 or 4 times. I'm fixing an old block. You know what's going on. Yeah. Take the thing here if you like.
Good morning, everyone.
So, I think I caught most of the, whatever. Do you want these things? Here, up you go. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning.
Oh. Breakfast. So I'm not finished tapping, but in order that we can talk without tapping, whatever, so I'll just switch to quieter work for a bit of this.
Oh, okay.
Normally what I should do now, people, is I should tap around all the areas here, clearing all the oceans around the land masses we want to keep. But I don't want to keep making noise while we're all trying to talk. So I'll put the chisels aside for a few minutes, and I'll move to the smaller, less noisy clearing chisels. So the normal way to do this will be to finish it all first, the noisy part.
That's hilarious. They were guessing when I was going to arrive.
Of course they were.
And they were exactly right.
Somebody. What do you mean?
Somebody
They
did,
weren't.
Steve. All right.
They weren't all, because somebody said any minute now, somebody said 10 seconds, whatever. I thought you were late. I mean,
Well,
late meaning.
because of the
late
train,
meaning,
yeah.
so.
I was going to be here earlier. Excited. I caught an earlier train today. No, doesn't mean anything.
Seen the news stuff this morning from down west? Insane.
A little bit. It's crazy.
Insane.
It was a big
Yeah, I had no idea. I knew there was a typhoon coming. We've had tourists here in the past few days. They've said, what's going to happen? I said, look, don't sweat it. Just maybe what you should do is check the train company website to make sure the trains are okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, you won't even feel a thing. That's what I've been telling you for the past few days.
No.
Okay, whatever. I mean, there were lots of trains stopped, so I was correct on that. And anybody in a major hotel situation, they're okay. They're
Yeah.
kind of in danger. But the airport, wow, the whole airport,
Shut down. Oh, and flooded over.
Underwater.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you build an airport in the middle of the ocean.
You make your own island and then don't make it very high.
I don't think there's been too many deaths, and as usual, I saw this morning a couple of deaths. Somebody went too close to a river and stuff like that. A bit of silly stuff. But I don't think there's been villages wiped out and stuff. But
Not this time. Back in July.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
crazy. But thanks, Frozen Runner. They shared a link to show some of the stuff going on with the typhoon, so others can see what we're talking about.
There's ones, I know, trucks rolling over that bridge, trucks literally being blown on their side as they were driving,
Then what was it? A freighter, a barge got pushed into
it's a big, major boat. So
pushed
it's
straight
taken
into a
out.
bridge and
That's
took it
gonna
out.
That's going to be closed for a long time. They're going to have to switch over using one half of the lanes. Yeah, it's a reminder, don't get complacent about these things, I was really, I knew it wasn't coming here anyway, but I was just, whatever, here's another one of the typhoons coming.
Yeah.
through, And it's our turn's coming.
Yeah.
And we're in a nice little old building here.
Yep.
Whatever.
Newly renovated, nice little old building.
Which leaks. Whatever we can do.
Did you feel an earthquake this morning too? Oh, okay. Maybe it was just close up by us because we woke up to 4, I think. So it wasn't huge, not damaging or anything, but it was a surprise.
Up towards you, there are a lot. So
Yeah.
It's actually not bad news because that whole area, Fukushima, Ibaraki there, it's
Yeah.
constant small level shaking.
Yep.
Which they tell us it's annoying and a little bit funny, but it's actually good news because it's constant
Better to
small
have,
slip
yeah,
shifts.
lots of
Exactly.
small ones instead of waiting for one big one. But I got an alert, my phone started going, alert, you're gonna have an earthquake in 10 seconds. And then, like, what is that noise? And then suddenly the house starts shaking. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. Whatever, people that are, if you're a train driver or whatever, that's fine,
Yeah.
But if you're just your normal person sitting on the train and everybody's phone rings at the same time, literally everybody on the phone, their phone does it at the same time. What are you gonna do? Just sit there.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I've seen too. A total of 6 casualties so far. So lots of destruction, but
Yeah.
not near as many deaths as the July storms, which is
And
good, but
when
it's still
you-
sad that
when you look at the numbers, the strength numbers on the thing, basically any other part of the world, we would be looking at many hundreds of thousands of people dead. So, in Japan, the infrastructure is ready, as ready as possible for this.
Yeah. Beichan.
Oh, Risha, such a goodie.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, madame? You okay with the rain last night? No problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
She says, yay.
Yeah, very windy.
Yeah, it was.
Have storm shutters that we keep closed on my baby's bedroom because
On your house, yeah.
yeah, the house. Because if we don't, then the sunshine comes in at 4:30 in the morning, and then he wakes up, and then we wake up, and everyone's sad. So we keep those shut all the time, but the wind
Just rattle. Show.
all night. It's so noisy, but he slept straight through it. It was great. I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. Morning to join.
Come in, someone join us. So, there seems to be a bunch of new people. You don't have to introduce yourself or something. So.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice introduction.
Thank you.
This is Ray.
Yeah, my
One
name is
of our
Ray.
2 days.
As X-ray.
X-ray.
Wait, what? What's that?
Because people think that my name is R-E-I,
Oh.
because it's boy's name.
Yeah.
So I always say X-ray, Sunray, so that
Okay.
people remember.
How to spell it.
After you've been fired, you're going to be X-ray. I don't know what you're
that a
trying to
threat?
tell us here. I don't know. There were no plans for that.
Hello, and then anime.
Yeah.
X-ray. Okay. To try and remember this.
Yesterday was big thunder, lightning. And
You had lots of thunder and lightning where you were.
Down in Yokohama?
yeah,
Oh.
it was like one big one and earthquake.
Oh, you felt that you had
Yeah,
an
and I was
earthquake too.
like, oh, there's earthquake. Yeah, I feel it. Oh, it's coming. Okay, I'm
Eh?
good.
What time was this? Because I didn't
It was
see
like
anything.
5 o'clock.
I was
and-
still
AM?
unconscious.
yeah,
okay,
and I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to sleep. Stop.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one that I felt too. I guess you just slept through it.
Actually did. I crashed on the floor of the party room and I woke up sometime around 5 something. I remember waking up and then looking at the clock, it's 5 something. So maybe actually that's what did it.
Maybe that's what woke you. Huh.
I
Yeah,
fell
it's
asleep to my
5:15
own
or
video
so.
last night.
Fell asleep listening to it?
Watching
Or
one, I finished it about 2 o'clock. For the
you and
first
everyone
time.
else?
Take it easy. No, I finished about 2 o'clock and then took it in the party room, shut all the lights out, and did the first playthrough before I uploaded it.
Right.
And I found a bunch of mistakes. I forgot to turn the sound off on the side camera.
Oh no.
So I came back and rendered it all over again, which on this Mac doesn't take long. It takes
Right.
about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I went back in there and I put it in the dark room again to play the thing, sat down on the floor, started to watch, and didn't make it to the end. I fell asleep to the end. And then that I guess that click, whatever
Yeah.
5 o'clock must have woke me up.
That's funny.
So I'm still, this is the same call as in the video.
Yeah.
Don't come too close.
Did you end up? No, you fell asleep, so you didn't end up uploading it yet. But it is
I did
pretty
it.
close. You
No,
think?
I did. After this first check, I
okay.
changed the sound. I uploaded it this morning.
This morning after the earthquake woke you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still in the same clothes, so I'm gonna, as soon as the bath opens, it's opening at 1 o'clock. Jack would
okay.
see I gotta head over there this
Yeah.
afternoon, so I can change my clothes.
Yeah.
So I can't say I did an all-nighter because I did fall asleep on the mats.
Yeah.
Close enough, 3 hours sleep or something.
Oh my gosh.
The sacrifices I make to keep this place running.
Yeah, to keep YouTube
To
happy.
keep you guys guilty, guilty, guilty. Can I sleep anymore?
It is funny though how many people say they like to just listen to your voice and fall asleep.
No,
I didn't
I
mean
did
you're
not
so
wanna hear
boring.
that.
Just that
I did
it's
not want to hear this.
ASMR.
It's some of the times the people in the
Relax.
shop, they've been YouTube watching and they come in and sometimes their praise is a little embarrassing because they know that's the kind of praise. So your voice is so relaxing, I fall asleep. And stuff like that. They're a bit embarrassed to tell me this.
Yeah. Because it could be misinterpreted to me. Your stories are so boring, I fall right asleep. But that's not the case.
Whatever. It's boring and interesting. Where each person has his her own taste.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see one of the comments? I go upload it about 15 minutes later. Somebody said, I forget the exact comment was. He said, "Oh my God!" Right away, I shut down my porn and went over there to watch this. But there we are.
There you
Faithful,
go.
better than porn.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other people commented about that.
Me too.
I haven't seen it. So.
No. Everyone's reacting to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but they were talking about that earlier this tweet. So.
Father Jerry says, I've done the same. You fell asleep. I've done the same. I use your talking videos as ASMR to help me sleep better. That's what I'm doing right now. But I watch the videos in full the next day.
Is that a confession or a praise? I don't know.
Sure. Could be dangerous if people fall asleep at the wheel. I hope no one's driving a car listening to this.
Well, I mean, what can I say? I don't feel responsible for that, but whatever. Anybody that's silly.
Yeah. How's school going?
Good,
It's good. Is
I
it-
guess.
It's mostly online stuff, is that right? Or you go to classes? I guess I don't understand exactly your.
Well,
School
they have like monetary events that I have to go.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't have to go to school or there's no lessons.
Then you say events, but you don't mean classes, do you?
No
Do you mean
class.
classes?
It's like volunteering, watch film, and doing ACAN also includes that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't have to, but I have to get those grades.
Yeah.
And like there's 3 days going to somewhere else and staying there and do fun stuff.
Gashuku.
Yeah, gashuku, yeah, trips, and then
Trips like to where? Somewhere else? You mean like another country, or you mean like?
Chiba prefecture. Yeah.
That's that.
Rachel, I can ask, I know years ago, there was an American author, James Michener, and he was involved a little bit in my work. And he published an essay at one point talking about when he went to college, and this would be back in the 1940s or something like that, 30s or 40s. And the college he went to tried an experiment, according to him, where they canceled, there was no classes at all. Each person, when they started at the college, had to choose, I'm going to learn this and this and this, sort of 2 or 3 subjects they wanted. And over the 3 or 4 years, they had to sort of teach themselves. Of course, talk to teachers, talk to other people, go to the library, do this, do that. And at the end of the time, they were tested to see if they actually knew the stuff. Is that the kind of school you're in then? Is that the way it is?
Well, I mean, for some people, there's a like school, like the lessons, like who wants to go to university in Japan. But because I'm not going in Japan, I'm not taking those.
Oh, so you don't have a
course.
mandatory curriculum. You must know this or must
Yeah,
know
there's
this.
2 courses. There's like university course, and then there's like life support, which is
Okay, a
like.
university stream, then you mean? Okay.
And now I just go to life support, which they don't teach. So I stay home studying on my own.
But you say study, but did you choose what to study, or they're choosing? Will they be testing you? I mean,
I am the one, and there's no test or anything. I'm the one who's studying.
okay, well, how do they know then that you're sort of doing something?
You're not just
sensible?
playing video games
No,
all
really,
day.
really. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, what's the feedback from that point of view?
Well, that school is basically graduating high school, so they don't really care. I mean, they do about progress, but it's not remembering and all that. It's just they give us a task to do, and when I'm done, the schoolwork's done. so they don't see like.
How do they trust you? You can't just say like, today I played Final Fantasy for 10 hours. I mean, I did service projects for 10 hours.
The school is basically for people who can't go to school because of illness or some kind of bullies or sort of stuff. So teachers support them, and and those.
So the idea isn't actually to learn specific facts, whatever. The idea is to make sure this person is able to navigate society and do things. Is that what we're getting at here? But what's the feedback? How do they know that you're actually sort of going through
pictures
becoming a normal
while you
being?
did it?
There must be some feedback from their point of view.
I mean, they give us like reports, which is like you have to copy out from, like read, and then there's textbook, and then you copy things out from textbook, and there's a test, exams, but they give us them.
So there's a little bit of curriculum stuff then. So they're worried that you should know
but
these
it's really
facts.
flexible.
Okay.
So it's really complicated. So it's like when people ask like, so what kind of high school do you go? I'm like,
I don't know.
it's a long story. Like
What kind of age group are we talking about? You're 16, right? Did you say?
17
17 now. Okay, so happy birthday. When was that? Recently?
June.
But what age group is this institution for?
What do you mean? Like,
Your school. What age groups are there?
same as me.
What do you mean? With 1 year or 3 years, or what age level are we talking about?
Can you do this kind of school from elementary school even, or only high school age?
I don't know. I think high school. There's like few those kind of school, like those kind of high school around here in Japan. But I don't know about.
Okay, wait a minute. But your school then is a high school, so people who are what, 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the downside that you obviously, because there's no classes, you perhaps don't spend any time with other people there? You have no friends or schoolmates or classmates or anything, or?
I do have a friend. But other than that,
They asked me to point to show an owl, so I pointed to it.
Wait. You have a friend. I mean, just a minute. What?
Sounds like me.
David and his circle of friend. No, really.
Circle of
I mean,
friends.
because that's an important part of school, obviously, socializing and networking and all that kind of stuff. And you don't have that at all. Oh, okay.
I mean, like I could make friends, but like since I don't go to school or.
So there's no bukatsu.
I mean, they are, but it's not mandatory or anything. And also, I just don't really see a point of going to school because they don't teach anything. So I'd rather stay home and study on my own because that's more efficient for me.
I mean,
So,
think Dave here thinking about the 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old Dave. I think I would have died and gone to heaven if they'd given me that sort of thing.
Yeah, they gave you that option.
I think so. Tough? What do you mean tough?
I mean, like, because every day you wake up and you are the one who has to control. And
Welcome
That's
to
great.
life!
I know, and then there's like no task, there's no preps for you, like homework for you, there's no exam to prepare. Just keep on doing things, and you can't really see how you're progressing.
Do you see the tears coming out of my eyes, Rachel?
Hunter says you gotta start the hikikomori early.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Okay, well, actually, that's a serious concern. How do they know? I mean, people that are a little bit having trouble with society, meeting people, they may take this education chance to just sit at home and do nothing. It makes their situation worse. Is there protection against that?
I don't really know, because I think because once you graduate high school, you get to go to university. So that's why there's another course called university studying course or whatever, so that people can go there. And also for that course, they do teach and they do give homework and all that. So people go there and they study and go to university after going to
More like a normal school.
yeah.
And I think I remember you saying occasionally you read the well, you said you had to go do something in Chiba. You've had sometimes occasional meetups with other students doing the same program. Is that right? Or is it always only Ray all by herself?
Oh no, like all because there's
Events.
You
like
have community
basically
events,
same
right?
school around Japan. So not only Yokohama.
Right.
So all these students come to Chiba and do
Meet up and do something.
lessons
Okay,
like
so
English.
occasional lessons.
Yeah, lessons, Japanese history, and they go around area and they some expert explains,
Okay.
and then yeah.
A little bit of experiential learning too, it sounds like.
You've got a part-time job, you know, as we know here. Is that encouraged or discouraged, or is it actually permitted? Are you okay? Are you allowed to be doing this? Cool. I mean, some schools, of course, they don't want their kids working because they feel that distracts from the ability to study and learn. So. Cool.
I mean, this is like the way I said I'm going to take, so I'm not like complaining about it or complaining to my parents. So.
And being here too, you get a chance to practice your English all day long, and wonderful. You should be paying us to come here.
Yeah. Pandora's Enigma says, it is so hard to get out of bed and study. It's probably why I've been at university for so long.
So long, meaning 50 years, or?
How long is so long? "10 years.
To me, that's the definition of hell, but whatever, each to his own.
Yeah. And Zillian asked a question. It said, I just finished Beginnings 2, and your storytelling is incredible. The wrap-up to the story was just perfect. Is this ability natural for you, or have you been a sort of public speaker before, or other than being an English teacher, as you've told about before, but have any other public speaking experience that might lead you to know how to tell a story, I guess, is what he's asking about.
I don't know what to say. I just sit down and put the camera on and tell about what happened to me. I mean, there's no training here.
Yeah. You did write out some note
Well,
cards in
of course.
advance.
I ran the teleprompter last night. But there was no script. I am reading the teleprompter. The teleprompter had note cards to keep me on track. And actually, I screwed up. I hit the button twice on one and forgot to talk about one thing I was supposed to be talking about. So.
We'll put up the director's cut later. Yeah.
And those 2 days gone. You know, I didn't speak. So I need a help and assistance and guide. I'm not some perfect guy that could stand up and just orate. You know? Yeah. But basically, when you're telling a story about something you know about, you just, I mean, if I'm asked to describe something that I don't really understand, I can't describe it well. I'm going to be hesitant or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's totally internalized into your own body, like events that happen to you, or
your own life.
something I know what's going on, then you just sit down and talk about it. And because it's fairly long, that's 30, 40 minutes, I need help to make sure I get to all the points I wanted to talk about. So that's why I use the index cards and prompter. But I spent some time thinking about that, how to end that video. Not so much this one, but the one before it, the beginnings part 1. You saw me, I struggled for weeks actually trying to figure out how to make it into a nice rounded story.
Right.
So yeah, there is some thought. This is not just random stream of consciousness.
Yeah. Today I'm going to make a video, and then you just...
Well, we do that sometimes, but
Right.
they're not the same kind of video. But ones like this, I really would like to have them wrap up, and when people get to the end, feel that, oh, here I am, I've come round to the, something.
Got a conclusion.
So yeah, there's some thought in there. Audrey-san, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not sure what to say. I like speaking, public speaking.
Yeah.
Not so much in Japanese, because I can't. Well, it's my second language,
Yeah.
whatever, or third language. But in English, I love it. I love getting in front of a gang of people. Well, something I know about.
Right,
Given that. Because maybe it's the musical training or it's something inner. When you're in a. I remember one day I'm in the music scene there at the summer camp I used to teach flute at. I was page turning for some pianist. There's a famous pianist for blah blah blah, and I'm page turning for it. And he's there, and I'm getting really ready to turn the page, and there's one line still to go, and he nods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, he's made a mistake. There's still actually one full line to go.
Yeah.
So I didn't turn the page. And he reached up and grabbed it and turned it over my face. And he's reading a line in advance. So I learned, okay, I get this. I'm training.
Yeah.
Get the next page, he nods, I flip it. But the point being, he's still reading 3 or 4 bars in advance of the actual things that his fingers are doing on the thing.
Yeah.
And for me, public speaking, if it's in English, as long as I know what I'm trying to say, I'm in there. The back of my head is thinking, what's going to be coming out
Next.
You know what I mean? Your mouth is making the sound at one point, but your brain is still my brain is jumping ahead and
It's
I'm
ahead,
thinking what
yeah.
the next sentence will be. And when you can do that, that's really cool because you can express yourself more. You know what's coming up. You can make one sentence go right into the other one like this because you know what's
Yeah.
coming up,
Yeah.
rather than each word bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
But I can't do that in Japanese. Too much processing, you know.
Yeah.
Rachel, can you do the two different languages you speak? Do you speak them both well enough that you can do this sort of thing in both languages, or
I mean, like,
you already said, okay, that's it.
no,
You just
like,
gave me the
I'm
answer.
thinking like when you said something, you mean a speech or presentation? Because for presentations, what I do is I make script, but while I make script, loads of script goes into my head, and then when I do presentation, I blank out. That I get nervous and I just do presentation and done.
Yeah, okay. Cameron, have you done lots of public speaking or not?
Not lots, but some, yes. And I think I prepare what I'm going to say, and then use it as a guideline, kind of like you're saying
But I mean, in your
words,
mind,
you
or on
have
a piece of paper we're
discourse.
talking about, or
I'll usually have a piece of paper, kind of like you were saying, with having
so index card.
index
Yeah.
card, something to remind you what to talk about. But the words that come out of my mouth are not the ones that are written on the paper.
No, of course.
It just keeps me on track.
Can you run in advance? Can you do this like the music thing? Can you what's it called on a sight reading? Can you read in advance of the actual sound that you're making? You know, I don't know.
It depends on the topic
Yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about, or if I've
it's
played
well
the song enough
internalized,
times.
yes.
Yeah.
I've played this song. But my God, Japanese, I just cannot do that in Japanese.
Kevin B, 1976. That would be my biggest weakness, publicly speaking about stuff I know nothing about.
Of course, come on.
It's impossible.
Of course. That's called Trump. Let's keep waiting.
Thanks, Dead Steve. He said he likes my Instagram posts.
Oh,
So
speaking
glad.
of which, what's today's plan?
Uh-oh. Today's plan.
Did you
Edit
do
the
the
video.
Dashi thing? Did that one get out? I didn't. I saw you taking photos.
Only on Instagram so far. I wanted, for a longer post, I want to make sure I'm getting the technical details right from you.
Okay. Right.
Though I did find your encyclopedia post, so I'm going to base it on that too. You've got,
Are we done on that? I don't remember.
you have a short one that mentions it. So
Do tell.
I'll use that as the basis first.
Oh, I forgot. Show and tell. I know, not like a Yahoo auction show and tell. Work related show and tell. I showed Jed this yesterday, and he just, oh my god. Let's turn this on. I need to zoom out a little bit.
These are beautiful.
I'm just going to hit them with it. Here it is. The first batch from Suga-san. You and her have been working on a video. And here is the first batch of prints. Ooh, times burned bright. How many of that? I think there's 40, we count as 49, right? 46?
36,
49.
yeah.
I had to change one. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
45 and
45.
17
Okay.
instead of 46 and 16. And I got to tell you, if this isn't the best print this workshop has produced,
Don't know what it is.
I don't know what is. So she's done a fabulous. Jet's done a fabulous job. She's done John-san did just really, really nice. He had to come and fix some of the carving, but she and he worked together. Look at it. There's the glow around this blanket thing. The background is this combination of glow and dark depth, and at the bottom here,
The fire has texture.
and
gorgeous.
I don't even know where to start.
A video's coming together.
Is it-
About
is
it. Yeah,
Is it?
it's
Okay.
coming. It's
And
coming
when
along.
are we? Can I? When,
When it's done.
today's payday, right?
Yeah.
But then
Actually, most of payday's done,
Okay.
so today I should be able to devote quite a bit of time to this.
this is Times Burn Bright. Most of you who know this, you know the game. Jed published it first a few years ago as an inkjet print, and when we ran our Kickstarter campaign last year, we upped our level on this. We learned that our carvers and printers were able to handle more complex prints.
Yep.
So after the Kickstarter campaign was over, I went back to Jed's back catalogue. And I saw this, which I had liked for a long time.
Yeah.
Looked it over and thought, okay,
We
we're
can
ready.
do this
We can
now.
do this. And I was right, we did it. Suga-san, she sweat blood. At times she thought, like a month, I don't want to talk about her privacy too much, but she cried and, thought I can't do this. And My God. I know she has. She has. Without myself wanting to take any credit for her, we have pushed her. We have pushed her, helped her move up to,
Right.
to a new level.
Not pushed her around.
No.
Pushed her
not
up.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
she's-
she did a test print first of 4 of them, came back with John Sand, they recarved, they knew it was no good. They came back with a second test printing. And the two of them brought it together and said, can we publish this? Can we go ahead? And there was a bad conversation because I said, no, this is
One more
when you're
time.
ready.
Yeah.
And there was lots of things like that glow, that depth. There was still registration issues. The campfire had the wrong colors at the top. And they were like a little bit disappointed that I was, forcing them to go back.
Yeah.
This is not evil. We pay them. They get paid for that, testing time.
Yeah.
So this wasn't sort of asking them to...
Free labor, spend another 2 days for nothing. Not at all.
But they did a third run, and it got really close. And based on the third run, we could see where we wanted to go. And I gave her the go-ahead to do this. And she's just done a fantastic job. I don't know if Jed's got his webpage open. He was talking about having a sale offer or something, or
Yeah.
getting an extra print together with it. I don't know. Am I talking
I
about a
think
turn?
once the video's ready, I've been talking with him. He wants to then announce the print and have some kind of promotion.
Okay, so there's
I think
no
we're keeping
page.
the
He can't
detail
order
quiet.
it. Nobody can order this yet.
Unless he's made a
Okay, I don't-
pre-order page. I don't know.
Then maybe I was not supposed to show this. I don't know, but I don't care.
No, it's coming soon. So
coming soon to Ukiwa Heroes website, maybe.
yeah.
Zoom in, I don't know. I can't see what.
No, it looks good. And the light coming through your
Oh, yeah,
flask
like-
landing on it makes
Actually, it
the
looks
light
so
part
weird,
look
the campfire.
like it's
Oh,
glowing.
soka,
It's
soka,
perfect.
soka, soka. Yeah, we're faking here actually because the end of this thing's not getting our light.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's okay.
Extra contrast.
So extra contrast. And I'm so happy that we're
Thanks, Kantar, for
publishing
checking.
stuff
Yeah.
like this. Good God, who else? Where else? To find a designer who can do stuff like this that is so interesting.
Yeah.
And then a workshop with the skills, or the workshop that's developed the skills to do. We're not supposed to talk about ourselves. Anyway, there it is. I was so happy to see this.
And you said
Today's-
Jed saw it too then?
Yeah, I
He liked
Skyped
it?
him. I left him a chat. He was over in San Jose at Crunchyroll or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I left him a message, and when you get up in the morning, phone me, give me a short, quick Skype, say, I got something to show you. And
All
he
right.
Skyped me like about 3 o'clock his time.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Well, that's his life. He's up and he's down, he's up and he's down.
Yeah.
But he was pretty happy to see.
Great.
Pretty happy to see.
It looked good.
It's not perfect. I'm not going to point them out now. There are a few things that we're going to try and change for the next one because there's a few things that could be better. But that's always the case. It's never always.
Every
always
print can
yeah.
be better. You can push anything. So
My crap! I want one of these. Absolutely, I want one myself. I don't know this game. I don't know these characters. I didn't play this. That part of it means nothing to me. The attractive part for me is this physical,
craftsmanship.
beautiful object, the craftsmanship.
you're quiet.
Oh, she's stunned by the magnificence of this beautiful
Dumbfounded.
object. So.
Enjoy it.
What our schedule is.
Oh, it's
Okay.
7.
So I guess then it's time to wrap it up there, I suppose. I've not finished this other block, but I'm not sure if I get time to finish it today. Tomorrow I might be finishing off this same job, cleaning this. I'm not really sure. I don't know what will be happening tomorrow. But I should be here tomorrow morning, same time, same station.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for the kind comments about the new video.
Yeah. And I'm getting notifications for more comments. It's a busy YouTube page, it looks like.
Yeah, after it goes up, there's always comments right away. A lot of comments. And they're 99%, well, better. They're higher than 90% positive.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cameron San,
Okay.
sign is off. You guys got to get to work. I've
Yep.
got things to do here.
Thank you, everyone. We will see you next time. Okay. And